Have you ever woken up feeling like you're stuck in a loop, endlessly scrolling through your phone, drowning in the same old routine, and wondering if this is all life has to offer? That was me, lost in a sea of distractions, searching for something, anything, that would give my life meaning. It wasn't just boredom, it was deeper, a gnawing emptiness that grew louder with each passing day. My life had become a blur of Netflix binges, endless social media scrolling, and a constant retreat behind screens. I was disconnected, not just from the world, but from myself. I remember one night, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I'd ever find my way out of this fog. That was my turning point, the moment I knew I had to change, but I had no idea where to start. It all began with one small decision: reclaim my mornings. I forced myself to get up early, make my bed, and plan my day. Sounds simple, right? But that tiny victory was monumental. The first time I stood back and looked at my neatly made bed, something shifted inside me. It was as if I had taken the first step out of a deep, dark tunnel, and for the first time in a long while, I felt a flicker of hope. But the journey was far from easy. I had to fight against years of bad habits. Late nights in front of the TV were replaced by early morning workouts. I started walking and swimming, anything to get my body moving and my mind clear. I'll never forget the exhaustion after my first swim, but it was a good kind of tired, the kind that made me feel like I was finally taking control. The real challenge, though, was taming my mind. I turned to meditation and journaling, replacing mindless scrolling with moments of introspection. Each morning, I'd meditate, centering my thoughts, and each night, I'd pour my heart into my journal. It wasn't easy. Sometimes it felt like facing a storm inside my own head, but slowly, I began to find clarity and peace. One day, I realized that dreaming about change wasn't enough. I needed to build systems, structures that would carry me forward even when motivation waned. I started setting real, tangible goals and creating a plan to achieve them. But it wasn't just about me. I needed to reconnect with others, with life. I stepped out of my digital cocoon and started seeking real connections. Coffee with friends, joining community groups. These moments became my lifeline. I realized that genuine human interaction was the key to my emotional recovery, and those relationships became the foundation of my new life. With a clearer mind and a supportive network, I began to see the possibilities. I set specific, achievable goals. Instead of vaguely wishing to get fit, I committed to swimming 3 times a week. Each small victory fueled my confidence, and step by step, I started building the life I had once only dreamed of. But something was still missing. I found it in giving back. Volunteering at a local shelter, seeing the gratitude in someone's eyes, it filled a void I didn't even know existed. It reminded me that we're all connected, that our actions can create ripples far beyond our own lives. I also learned the importance of balance. For years, I had been a workaholic, constantly pushing myself to the brink of burnout. But I realized that this wasn't sustainable. I started making time for myself, whether it was painting, hiking, or just being in nature. I remember my first hike. After deciding to prioritize self-care, it was like a breath of fresh air, literally and figuratively. I even allowed myself to binge-watch a favorite show, not as an escape, but as a reward for the progress I had made. As I look back on my journey, I see how far I've come. Each step, each struggle, each small victory has shaped who I am today. And now, I stand here, not just surviving, but thriving, with a life full of purpose, joy, and connection. I've learned that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, consistent actions, day after day. And here's the most important part: if I can do it, so can you. Believe in your ability to change. Stay committed, even when it's hard, and watch as your life transforms, one step at a time. It all starts with that first small decision, whether it's making your bed, going for a walk, or reaching out to a friend. Whatever it is, take that first step today. If this message resonates with you, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's more practical advice coming your way, and together, we can continue this journey toward a life filled with purpose and fulfillment.